Oh, dear Lord, please tell me that's not a onesie.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are taking on Scrubs episodes 15 and 16. So I am Dr. Todd, by the way.
I'm Allycia.
Thank you so much for being here. You guys spoke and we've listened. So as some of you have mentioned, we're going to do episode 15, 16 from season 1 together tonight in the same released video. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this format. Let us know your thoughts, comments, always appreciated. On that note, we are going to jump into this right away. Please consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Help us grow. Let's play. Subscribe. Bed, banter, and beyond.
Oh, well, we're going to start right where we left.
Oh my God, you slept with your best friend. Be a disaster unless you say the right thing, so choose your words carefully.
It's never good.
Great job last
Great
night,
job.
buddy.
Good work.
Good thing you came along. I've been stuck on 4 since med school. Ow!
Was that in his head, or did he really do that?
I think he really has a list.
What happened last night was a wonderful mistake. I think it's probably best if we just go back to the way things were.
Yeah, that'll definitely work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
If you let her leave, I'm gonna do this all day. I get knocked down. I get up in bed. Knocked down. Wait, Elliot.
Don't go.
Oh my God, just say it. Say, Elliot, stay in bed and have sex with me all day until neither one of us can move.
Yeah, let's do that.
I cannot believe you almost said that.
It was a test.
Did you see that look? She was like...
Oh, I'm good for that. Whoa, I got to
God, how weird was that this morning? I mean, have you ever been more uncomfortable in your entire life?
What movie are we watching?
basic instinct, Grandma.
What?
I've never seen that.
Oh my God, that reminds me. Do you remember when you put on a movie with me, you, and your dad?
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes!
What's wrong with that?
That was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life.
What? My dad's cool.
At one point, I had to say I was really tired and go to bed. It was so uncomfortable.
I should say my dad was cool. He passed away 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But thanks for bringing that up.
Really? I didn't bring that up.
I'm kidding.
We used to watch movies with
Yeah,
him a lot.
yeah.
But
So
that was the wrong choice.
nothing wrong with it.
If anybody's seen it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Margot Robbie. Of course.
Full on.
Yeah, we should watch it again.
All right.
This one's for you, Pops.
Oh my God.
All right.
Not going anywhere. You know what? You gotta help me eat this pizza.
Ew. That does not
Ew.
look, it doesn't look
Pizza.
good. Yeah, but it doesn't. Looks
You know,
cold.
you even look sexy holding that slice.
Oh, Drew.
Me too.
Ew. There's food in the mouth.
This is what we call the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
It will be over soon.
Sometimes I like a little sugar in my coffee.
No, Diddy.
Oh.
Best if we keep this between us for now.
But it'll help people. Like those two, for instance. Been dancing around each other for months now.
Short-staffed today because Kelso has volunteered all of you scut monkeys for some psychologist research project. Give me a break. Working in the hospital and how that affects your personal lives and wah, and there. Bobo himself. Okay, all nurses and interns, let's gather round and dance for the puppet master.
My gosh.
Not just the nurses and interns.
Don't be
it's
that
the
guy, Bob.
attendings.
Don't be that guy.
Wanted to help people. One time I found a bird that had fallen out of its nest, and so I picked him up and I brought him home, and I made him a house. I have an empty shoebox, and
Like, he kept that going for a while.
became a doctor for the same 4 reasons everybody does:
What's that?
chicks, money, power, and chicks.
Power
But-
chicks.
Here I am during my free time letting some 13-year-old psychology fellow who couldn't cut it in real medicine ask me questions about my personal life. So here's the inside scoop there, pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Go ahead and tell me all about power.
Yeah, I think like Dr. Cox is he's sort of the person we all want to be, like when we're dealing with administration.
You want to be Dr. Cox?
Well, I think he has that like anti-establishment thing down really, really well. And I think every practice needs that. And so like I joined a practice that kind of had that.
Yeah.
And because when you're first dealing with, and not that it's not that the administration is technically the enemy, but you do have different goals.
Well, kind of like when he said, "Oh, so we're going to take all of the nurses and the interns."
Yeah.
Like,
So, yeah, and our goals are different. Like our goals are patient care oriented. I did used to have a mentor that kind of reminded me a little bit of Dr. Cox here.
Oh, that's cool.
He worked in the outpatient setting, like the outpatient resident clinic, and he was one of those that was very resistant to these types of things. So he would always joke, like anytime we would have to go to a seminar type thing like this, he was like, "Chad, let me give you some advice. Don't ever let patient care get in the way of a good meeting."
yep.
Obviously being very sarcastic. Like he was being very facetious about it because he would usually say this in front of our program director.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I kind of get the Dr. Cox vibe, because it was like he would say that in front of our version of Kelso, even though my program director was great.
I was going to say, because you loved your program
Yeah,
director.
it was great. But like there are certain initiatives that the hospitals go into that take you away from the things that we think are more important and cover, quote, checklists of things that they think are important. So anyway,
HFFA, hot from far away, but up close she's nasty.
never heard that.
I made an incredibly insensitive statement about an ugly person.
Taking one of those quiet moments where I weigh your good qualities against your bad ones and decide if you're actually worth the trouble.
Okay.
That was close.
Thank you, baby.
You love him.
So Elliot says she's looking for a surgical consult. Do you know where she is?
I have no idea where she
I know whether Todd would like Elliot to be. In his pants.
Clever. Ask her out.
Oh, no. Elliot and the Todd, that's a terrible couple. That's worse than Joni and Chachi.
Joni loves Chachi.
The Todd is asking Elliot
I do know that reference.
Yes.
you to ride my please motorcycle.
God bless him. Now, Sandy was as fine as a 7-year-old could be. I mean, she had the body of a 9-year-old. Pretty much joined the T-ball team because she was on it. I mean, I really didn't care that much about sports.
He's saying when he was 7.
Okay, all right.
And so through high school and college, I pretty much played everything because I needed to compete.
Yeah.
It was my drug.
Yeah, he was on the football team that went undefeated, called the Titans.
I ran into Sandy Lowe last Christmas, and she didn't look so good. That was kind of awkward because I look like this.
Oh, no, he's going to try.
Don't you like how the music is almost like Jaws?
I know.
You?
Me and a bottle of Jägermeister.
Yeah, high five.
No, Todd, I don't. Broke up with someone or that I'm a lesbian. I find you so creepy, I think you should have to walk around with a bell around your neck.
Ooh.
All I heard was lesbian.
You know, but let me talk to her for you. Plus, there's rumors going around that you're a lesbian. Now I'm gonna kiss you.
Oh no, it's cool. JD's in the closet talking to a girl from me.
White boys.
Todd's still there.
But they would have had to leave the closet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just like a symbolic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they would get fired, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, they probably would get in some trouble. I don't know the policy on that.
Yeah.
Step aside, and everyone did. I asked my aunt, who is this guy? And she said he was a doctor.
Was it Dr. Cox?
I want to be a doctor, too. But when I lost my first tooth and nobody left $180,000 under my pillow, I decided to become a nurse. We do all the real stuff anyway.
She brought up something important there. Being able to attend medical school is a privilege in its own right. So the whole thing about $180,000, I wish it only cost $180,000. It probably did in this era.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But, you know, the average medical school debt is somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000, I think, and in some cases even more. And so,
Then you add compounding interest onto that.
yep. And so, which becomes an absurd amount of money. So yeah, and that is a real deterrent for people. I mean, because when you go into medicine, like you are taking a risk. Like getting accepted into medical school is just the first hurdle of a long list of hurdles. And so you do sort of have to gamble on yourself that you are ultimately going to get out and be practicing in medicine to even think about repaying that. All right, well, let's get back into it.
I mean, I may eventually need a vagina transplant.
Oh my God, they're going to actually.
The relationship talk. I know it seems rushed, but you have to understand 5 times usually takes me anywhere between 6 months and 7 years.
We did this in one day.
You my boyfriend?
Yep. You my girlfriend?
Yep.
Cool. What's it?
I love that little laugh. Oh, if I go like this?
Yeah, I saw all of it. Oh, don't be shy. Board on the aorta.
Bravo. Just a big bravo. Having whiny, neurotic, extremely pale sex with each other.
What are you talking about?
Please stop. The whole floor knows. Laverne, did you know?
Was it supposed to be a secret?
And if you go ahead and listen very carefully, you'll hear the familiar sound of no one caring.
Oh, but the janitor hasn't weighed in yet.
I like that guy.
I like that guy.
When the Kelsonoviches settled in Monroeville,
Kelsonoviches.
then my old man set up a shingle and started delivering babies. And come up with the cash, he would always gladly accept a handmade sweater or a bushel of turnips. Jackass.
I was waiting for the Kelso moment. Oh, now they don't have to hide it anymore.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Please, you guys are just jealous because you're not the new hot couple in town anymore.
I put on this tiny negligee.
We were sound asleep and drooling like a sheepdog.
You don't have to tell him that.
While you guys were sleeping, we were up in the kitchen frying up some love.
Uh-oh.
Why did you just do that? And how could you possibly think that's appropriate conversation for work? And we didn't have sex.
No,
Okay.
especially not on the stove. What?
That is not funny.
Sorry, we didn't.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, JD. Really mature.
Oh,
Yeah, that's tough.
that first day again, 9 p.m. So we're still on the same day.
Give me another slice.
Really?
How long's that pizza been sitting there? That's all I'm thinking about.
Fat, gassy, bloaty sex?
Oh, I'm gonna puke.
I don't care.
Oh!
Okay, Mr. Lewis. I'm afraid we're gonna need another stool sample. My robot needs food.
Oh, that laugh.
Oh, is it cringing?
no.
Is it cringing her out now?
You never laugh at anything I do.
That's not true.
Colonoscopy. Oh, hey, Dr. Cox. There was nothing funny about that.
A little bit.
Yep.
You know what? You're not as funny as you think you are.
And bam, it shines off the apple. You find out that pretty little girl you married isn't a pretty little girl at all. No, she's a man-eater. So, whoa, here she comes. Kind of.
Whoa, here she
Oh,
comes.
Here she comes.
Kind that uses your dignity as a dish towel to wipe up any shreds of manhood that might be stuck inside the sink.
My gosh.
Man.
I honestly don't know who I hated more, her or me. I used to sit around and wonder why our friends weren't trying to destroy each other like we were.
Mm.
And here it turns out the answer is pretty simple. They weren't unhappy. We were.
Well, he kind of
Okay.
opened up to this.
Yeah, he sure
psycho.
did.
I think this was good for him.
Yeah. He needed this.
It's hard to be honest with you. When you're so neurotic, you don't even trust the computer to keep your score.
So now I'm neurotic.
I'm sorry.
So remember how earlier I said the honeymoon phase won't last very long?
Yeah. I'm pretty awful at bowling.
Yeah, I mean, we've bowled what, twice in our marriage.
Want me to pick you up?
Yes.
It has always understood how much my career meant to me. Get on all those little boards of things her friends are on, bringing art to the underprivileged kids in the community, blah, blah, blah.
God.
She wanted to be a psychiatrist. That wasn't a fitting profession for a family woman.
Oh, yeah.
No offense, sweetheart. I know she's grateful. She likes to joke. Now she's just a shell of a woman.
Oh my gosh.
I call her Shelley. When I call her that, sometimes she laughs so hard she cries.
My
I
God.
can only imagine. Jeez.
I mean, we've kind of known like Kelso was.
I thought there was something redeeming in there
My God, like
because he was married. I thought there was something.
he may, Dr. Cox may be right. He may be truly be the devil.
Yeah, he's
My goodness.
definitely the villain.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Transvenous pacemaker 1 hour ago. You were waiting. That's my mistake. I'm going to wait with you. When you're waiting for someone to magically get better all by themselves, the whole thing becomes about time.
Oh no.
Am I right, JD?
Is she right, JD?
Well, technically, yes. It's really a judgment call, and if she really was that bradycardic, I probably would have called the fella.
That's hard.
Yeah,
Wow. Always side with the hoochie, newbie. It's a rookie mistake. Gosh, you hate to see it.
Oh man.
He seems to like who I am.
She's a cool lady. I love
I
her.
love him.
Oh.
I know that you want Dr. Cox to like you and to respect you, but you should want me to like and respect you too.
well, if I didn't respect you, I wouldn't be having sex with you.
No.
Look, if you can't talk about this for real, then forget it.
Oh, a perfect dismount off her high horse.
Ooh.
Is that you're so terrified someone at the hospital won't like you.
Oh, and that's a bad thing, Elliot? Why don't we get all my friends together in a room and we'll fight your friend?
Oh.
That's bad.
That was a very low blow.
There's a lot of people here who like me for who I am. I thought you were one of them.
I thought I was too.
Happen to believe that love is mainly about pushing chocolate-covered candies and, in some cultures, a chicken. If it's right and they're real lucky, one of them will say something.
Oh.
They've only been what? They say it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier if you weren't friends with your girlfriend.
Interesting take.
At all.
Okay. At all.
Am I in a relationship now?
It's complicated.
No. I'm not in one now.
No.
Aw.
That damn first day. So is this going to be like an? You think it's
On
going to be
and
like
off thing.
on again off or on and off again kind of relationship
I guess.
Do you think this is gonna work out?
I think it's gonna be great.
for 2 weeks? All right, my heavy metal.
You watch where you're walking.
Don't let her get the last word. Just, you watch where you're walking.
So I know, like, I don't think it's secret to anybody. Like, I think we've kind of shared our backstory, how we basically started dating at like age 14. Did you ever? I don't know. Did you ever have a boyfriend before me?
Yeah, like maybe one.
No. Well, I just remember like maybe having a girlfriend for like 2 weeks when I was like 12 or something.
Yeah.
I remember that she wanted to hold my hand walking back from the lunchroom to recess, and it was weird. So I said, this isn't going to work. And then like, I remember like every time I would see her after that, it was like this. It was like we would almost pretend like we didn't know each other. Turn the other way. I mean, I was like 12 or
Yeah,
something. Anyway, before you came along.
No, I was along. We've known each other since we were 5.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So I was along. You just didn't notice me.
Yeah, but like, well, I guess really, no. Trust me, I noticed.
Okay, stop.
Anyway, no, it's just I guess this type of like interaction with like like this type of relationship interaction, I guess I don't have a lot of experience with.
Yeah.
So it's hard to.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
We never got annoyed with things that I did.
No. Never.
It didn't become cute anymore.
Huh?
Nothing. Because he said like his laugh was cute. And
Oh.
Then, yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
All right.
You don't even play sports.
It so happens this helps me relieve stress.
There you go. Man, I miss batting cages. I don't know if there's like legitimate
There
batting
is.
cages anymore.
Oh, God. I do now.
It's like Happy Gilmore. It's unintentional.
You're a girl. Hence girl problems. Watch your nails.
Dr. Cox, I was wondering.
I'd say you're about a B cup. Yeah.
At least they're real.
Yep.
At least they're real.
My high school teacher, Mr. Peters, died. He's a great guy.
You okay?
Doing a lot better than Mr. Peters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tried to use humor, but that was.
If I have to see one more broken down piece of
Yeah,
equipment,
look at all the sailing tiles.
patient who is denied treatment because they got the wrong insurance, I
Preach.
catch on fire like the Human Torch. And mark my words, movie, if I ever pull it off, I will be back here to destroy this place. What do you say we write him a friendly note, shall we? Dear incompetent dumbass.
The pencil broke.
Dr. Cox isn't really angry. He's just amusing himself.
He's pretty angry.
Okay, maybe he's a little angry.
We didn't need those.
So, all done?
Yeah, I think he's having his moment.
Yeah.
Turk, you are going to be so happy you picked me to co-write the study.
Hell yeah.
And then I highlighted the pertinent passages and color-coded them to correspond with the outline on the back of your packet.
But I don't have a packet.
You know?
Down a bunch of fast food, right? And I got back home at around 7 o'clock. I went to the bathroom at about 8. It was a good night.
I'm a nervous pooer.
Yo, you are not going to believe what Dr. Cox. Could Turk have picked anyone worse to be doing this project with?
If this is a peripheral vascular claudication patient's not currently on pentoxifylline. What are you looking at?
Pentoxifylline. So that's a medicine that we don't really use anymore. And he made the term claudication. So I feel like I got to get one little thing in here, medically speaking. So claudication, for those of you who don't know, that is a symptom associated with vascular disease. So if like you're going on long walks, or maybe not even long walks, you're just going on like walks, if you start getting like cramps in your lower extremities, usually it's going to be bilateral, not always, but that is a symptom we call claudication. Your curiosity would be if this is vascular claudication, which is due to peripheral arterial disease, versus neurogenic claudication, which is due to like spinal stenosis. And so when you have a patient coming in with that type of symptom, you try to work them up for this. And so like you can evaluate peripheral arterial disease by getting like an easy test, like what's called an ABI, ankle brachial index. And this is a pretty simple non-invasive test, but it helps basically detect if there's any disruption in arterial blood flow to the lower extremities, because that could then indicate vascular claudication. And then neurogenic claudication then would be where the spine, particularly because the spine is narrowed in, it starts to compress the nerves as they exit the spine. And so when people are trying to say walk or move or exert themselves, they may find that they're getting a lot of burning in their legs. But you can kind of tell those people, because if they kind of hunch over, typically it gets better for neurogenic claudication. And so like you'll see people like if they're shopping, kind of hunched over a shopping cart or something, going up steps tends to make this a lot worse because they have to extend their back to kind of be more upright when they go up the steps. So anyway, I heard that term and I'm like, okay, I got to get something in here. Anyway.
I'm going to go to bed.
Elliot, are you going to go with him?
What?
Too early for jokes, huh?
It isn't often I'm paged by a nurse. She hasn't worked here since then. Oh, never mind. What can I do for you?
Request he would like us to honor.
Let's see. Incense burning. Close enough.
He also wants to hear poisons talk dirty to you once a day.
Like Motley Crue and Winger.
Bret Michaels.
Before you know, half of the hospital staff is running around piercing their genitalia.
Okay.
Will you do me a favor and just forget about it, sweetheart?
Oh.
Of course.
Of course.
I guess I could try to locate one through some legal channels, but
Worry lines, they're so adorable. They're like sexy little forehead smiles.
careful, I've been hurt before.
Dr. Cox just went ballistic and destroyed an entire lab room.
JD, he does this every year. Don't get caught in his wake, because if you do, he's taking you down.
Downtown.
Oh.
It's okay, boy.
Does he have a onesie on?
Yeah, it appears. Dr. Cox has come.
I do love onesies.
You open up this door in the next 3 seconds, or I will start huffing and puffing.
But Dr. Cox, Okay.
Oh, dear Lord, please tell me that's not a onesie. Marcia, I have no interest in coming in.
Oh, thank God.
We're going out.
Uh-oh. He's taking him downtown.
And process the Stegman data if we pull an all-nighter.
Elliot, this isn't due for another month. Tonight's date night with Carla, and I got on special underwear.
Go. Do you mind if I keep working?
Go for it.
Picked a project geek from medical to write our reports for us.
I'm not a geek.
What's that on your finger?
It's a rubber thingy that I wear to help me turn the pages.
Minty.
Here, what do you want to talk about?
Gloria, if you don't toss that shot back, I'm going to throw you up on the bar and make you sing the theme song from Endless Love.
Yucky.
My God, I'm drinking with a musketeer. Excuse me, ladies. Do you know anybody who might like to have a couple of free drinks?
I can't stand teeth brushing. I mean, I do brush my teeth. I'm just other people.
Oh, yes. It's a onesie.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
Hey, maybe it will.
The hell is you, Chris Turk?
What?
Well, Todd told her.
Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't connect
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
You turn that on, baby.
You could have probably got him headphones.
To play that in the house. Hospital. I'm saying you damn well better do it, or I'm going to forget to put the chain on Baxter.
Oh, okay.
My relationship with Jeremy was emotionally over. Right away, I met Ethan.
You don't say.
God.
2 good years and 2 bad years, but not all at once.
Oh, yeah, of course.
God.
Thanks for coming out there, newbie. This whole thing wasn't too yucky for you.
You seem fine.
Not fine.
Oh.
Only thing I'm gonna be able to think about is that I gotta get up tomorrow morning and go back to that place. And you wanna know something, pal? Honest to God, I got nothing. I'm cooked.
I'm cooked.
So did Dr. Cox coin the term
I
cooked?
know. I was thinking that.
This is way before the idioms.
Yeah.
I think I left my wallet in my other onesie.
Looks like you're doing dishes, JD, to pay
Yeah.
He said I could pay him back by giving him a complete physical. Which is actually scary because I never mentioned I was a doctor.
But does he listen?
You think so with those ears?
Uncalled for. Different this time. He showed up at my place.
He showed up at my house before.
Showed up at my mama's on Mother's Day.
Ruined my wedding.
No way in hell he's just gonna walk through this door and have a big smile on his face.
Woohoo! I say, sports fan. It's a great day.
Dr. Cox is the ultimate gamer.
Yep.
Turk never told me you were his project geek.
And?
You look really hot eating that egg.
Focus, Todd.
I'm sorry. Okay, we?
No.
Look me in the eyes and tell me I'm not a geek.
Come on, you still got that rubber thingy on your finger.
Eggs can be extremely slippery. You scared the hell out of me.
I'm sorry if that always happens. No one ever expects me to be anywhere. Patient's relative you were looking for.
Thank you so much.
Don't let go.
cry on my shoulder, then pretend like nothing happened.
First of all, Franklin, there was no crying. Say it.
No crying.
Oh, that's a guy from, was it called Heroes? Remember
No.
that show? You remember Heroes.
I mean,
And they got canceled.
I know you watched it.
Was it the writer's strike?
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and then it never
Yeah, I don't
recovered.
know.
That was like my favorite show. He was Hero. Wasn't that his name?
Pensive lines underneath your scrubs.
I get it. I'm a girl.
Franklin, you heard it? Say it.
He's a girl.
Good boy.
Oh, they got a handshake.
She forgave him.
Huh?
So she forgave him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to work.
That is a long handshake.
He's the proxy for his uncle's living will.
What a happy coincidence, you showing up out of the clear blue sky.
So exactly how much is my uncle leaving me? Can I ask that?
Oh, no, Mr. Rice, this isn't about his acid.
Oh.
So, no money at all?
Not a dime, kiddo.
Kelso's like, I respect you so much.
You're not licensed to comment on how people deal with their emotions.
I beg to differ.
Release all the tensions that are bottled up inside of you. What would that look like?
Did he really do that?
Yeah, it's just
You like me now, bitch. I just don't
Oh, no, he didn't.
It's like, yeah, it had to be a flash or a whatever. Daydream.
Yeah.
Hard enough. And there's no way in hell you can survive in a dump like this unless you find a way to get your emotions out.
I'll show you some of... Oh, Franklin, I am so sorry.
Oh, poor Franklin.
Oh.
Want to wear my stethoscope? Wolverines. Why is she always here?
I'm working on my study.
Have you ever seen Red Dawn?
I don't think so.
I have not.
Doesn't matter what happens between me and JD. I mean, you and I can still hang out.
No, you can't be that way, and you know it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my best friend. So either you can try and fix it, or...
It's the bro code.
Yeah. Well, it's just...
Friendship code.
Yeah.
Driving the old man's Ford.
Oh.
Okay. So they both can sing?
Yeah. Well, someone had said there's a musical episode.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I love you.
I was going to say he just fell in love.
This is an old recommendation letter from a high school teacher of mine. Reason I got into medicine.
Oh.
You want to go throw stuff off the roof like Letterman used to do?
That splatter's the best because it's the pudding, and therefore I will let the pudding drop.
Bill Cosby.
Dr. Dorian, we're ready for the finale.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, there are those like places you can go with like sledgehammers and tear
Yeah.
up, like break things.
Yeah, our daughter asked if she could do one for her birthday. I was like, I don't know if you can at 13. Imagine giving a 13-year-old a sledgehammer with her friends.
Yeah, there's some liability issues there.
The horror.
The horror.
Yeah, so these two episodes, one of the things that we hear a lot through some of the comments on Scrubs is how much Scrubs has meant to people, how it got them through some hard times, through some tough days. I think as we're getting further into this, I think we start to see elements of that because, these two episodes were not medicine heavy at all. I would argue that there was almost no like true medicine depicted in either of these, except for like, I know I jumped in and talked about the symptom of claudication, but there wasn't a whole lot there from that. But what there was is you have sort of Dr. Cox's character continuing to become just really troubled.
Jaded.
Like he's definitely an explosive personality. He clearly cares about patients. He clearly cares about patient care.
He's probably in a level of burnout.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, his burnout level was like 150.
And he wants to turn into fire just so he can
Right.
burn
So he can burn this place down. So his character is really like a powder keg, like ready to just explode. And then so the first episode here, we have, obviously JD and Elliott's relationship kind of going from that honeymoon phase of fizzling out all within the span of that same episode. And then you have that kind of interesting, almost like documentary style interview.
It's almost kind of like The Office.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think they really answered like exactly what the purpose of that was. I know it was like Kelso was doing this psychology research thing or something. My assumption then that would mean that they gave him, or maybe gave the hospital some money or something to do this research.
Oh, probably.
For him to sign off on it.
Because he doesn't really care about how they feel.
Exactly.
Obviously, he doesn't care about how his own wife feels.
Only to hear about Enid, his wife,
No.
and how he has sucked the life out of her. So yeah,
even when she's laughing, she cries a little bit.
he really is an evil man. So we'll see if there's any redeeming things with him as this series goes on. But no, and I kind of maybe briefly talked about it, but I'll kind of go into it. You know, I know this is a little bit unrelated to what they were doing in this episode, but one of my objectives when I was in my senior chief resident year was I wanted to bring better mental health services for residents because you look at and we can see this quantitatively. We can see this, there are certain spikes in resident burnout and or even just resident depression rates, throughout their training. And then you always will hear stories of residents committing suicide. I mean, suicide rates amongst physicians is amongst some of the highest you'll see in all professions. And that even is higher in residency because of some of those work demands, some of the hour demands, the sort of crippling stress that can come with being kind of thrust into a position of power, authority, sort of you have, what you say matters, yet your actual skill level is very low. It's in its infancy. And so there's a lot that gets kind of put on you and you have to be able to perform at that level. That's
you also have to be able to deal with people dying.
Well, yeah.
And being a part of that. The decision making.
We saw that with my old lady, early on in the series. And
so you're having to, do all the medical stuff and then also have to deal with the emotional toll of how to be a doctor. Think of it medically without it affecting you.
So, I've said this probably before on this channel, and I'll say it again probably a million times. In medicine, really the hardest parts of medicine are not usually the medicine. It's usually the other things. Now, when you're in training, the hardest is all of it.
But you're having to learn all of it.
Right. So in training, the medicine is extremely hard, and you're also dealing with all these other things. Now, as you become, I suppose, as you reach that quote expert level, when you become that attending with multiple years of experience, not that there still aren't challenges that medicine presents, but it really is all of those other things, and those magnify. And then as you start to, like Dr. Cox, become more aware and I suppose see the system more for what it is, that takes a huge toll on you as well. Because, he mentioned why, in the first episode, why he got into medicine was the four, I can't even remember now, F's.
Oh, yeah.
The females, fortune, or P's. I don't
remember.
But yeah.
The money and females, basically.
Yeah, girls, money, power.
Yeah.
All those things. And it's you have almost none of that from, because you really, it's sort of a pseudo power that you have.
I find that interesting, though, that's why he says he got into medicine.
And I doubt it.
Yeah,
I really doubt it.
Right.
Yeah, I really doubt it.
He's probably trying to make a mockery of
Yeah, I think it's
what Kelso was having him do.
Just making jokes, I think. But when you think, though, that how so much of what we do is dictated by third parties, it's very, very troubling. Because as a physician, you like to think you're in control, but really those decisions are being influenced significantly by insurance and whatever. Anyway, so that episode I think was good in that regard. You kind of then jump into the second episode here where we see Dr. Cox really explode. To me, kind of what it highlights is how do you survive the hard days? When everything is piling up against you. He and JD even kind of had that argument, like at least I get my feelings out, and JD's like, well, I do too. And so this episode sort of was about how people decompress or how they deal with those hard times. It can be different for everybody, obviously. I think it's something that's really important that I think you have to, I think it helps to have.
Maybe not tearing up a lab. Destroying a lab, and probably not throwing watermelons off of a building.
Yeah.
Maybe something a little bit more controlled, but maybe it's just reading or.
Yeah. So, I think I think it could be anything that works for the individual. I think it's important to have those tools of how we do decompress or how we blow off steam. All right. So I guess we'll see what happens with JD and Elliot moving forward. I'm curious how that relationship goes. I am curious if we see more Dr. Cox sort of explosions as the series
Hopefully not.
goes on. We find out more about Kelso's evil nature.
Yeah,
as we go on.
that's going to be interesting. I just hope, like you said, that there's some redeeming qualities there.
Yeah,
I was hoping.
Yeah, it seemed like he might get a friend with Carla, but
I
not so much.
know.
I do appreciate that, Carla there, it's really going above and beyond for her patient, right? And so that, I think that perhaps maybe the most important thing here is that kind of captures the crux of patient care and nursing care. Because, I think that's what that's what some of those amazing nurses do. Go that extra step to try to make this patient, we didn't really know the story, but this patient looks like they're dying. Like what you do in that moment is it's futile, right? It's not playing his favorite song isn't going to bring him back or heal him, but it's honoring somebody in their last moments, and it's honoring them with something that they wanted and something that they enjoyed. Because we do get a little bit calloused, I think, to death when you work in healthcare. And JD, there was even kind of those moments about JD finding out that his teacher died. And even though he's in medicine, he sees death all the time. That obviously really affected him because, he mentioned that teacher was the reason he got into medicine to begin with. There are those moments sometimes that bring us back. If those of you that have watched The Pit, right, like that was Louis, right? Like those moments that kind of bring you back. And you may see this a lot, but some moments do stick out to you a little bit more. Some moments make it all a little bit more real. I think it's important as healthcare workers to try to not lose sight of that, because it can be easy. It can be easy to do when you're stuck in the bureaucracy and you're frustrated with what you're seeing and the fact that there's this extremely broken and fractured system that you would like for nothing more but to fix, but you can't.
Yeah.
And every day it seems to get more broken. And I think that's what happened with Dr. Cox here. Like sometimes it is those moments that you just snap because you're like, I'm done with, we can't keep doing this. But what do we do as professionals? We get up the next day and we go back to work.
You just stay out till 2 a.m. drinking before going. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've never done that. But maybe I should start.
No.
I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. Not to keep borrowing from The Pit, but Dr. Allycia made that comment in one of those episodes that just because it's broken doesn't mean you don't keep trying.
Yeah.
And I had made that comment once, and then there was a commenter on that kind of almost said something along the lines, I'll paraphrase here, but almost along the lines of, that's kind of cute, like kind of pretty, almost to borrow an Ernest Hemingway line, isn't it pretty to think so that but the reality is we can't fix it. And I don't harbor delusions that I'm going to be able to fix it, but I can tell you, thank goodness that there are still nurses and doctors who do try.
Yeah. Because
that really is the last line of defense, holding together a health system that is on life support.
Yeah.
And maybe the plug needs to be pulled, but it really is an ugly situation. I don't know, I know how we kind of got into that from the episode.
Yeah.
But I guess to me, it highlights, I guess I align a little bit with Dr. Cox here in that thinking of this system is so, and I think the hospital here for him is more of a symbolic of the healthcare system.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I interpreted it. It's like, are you kidding? Like, everything's broken. I come in here, I can't get my labs that I want. Nobody's here. Like, it's really, really, really hard to follow that calling when you do feel like everything is challenging you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, we keep trying, right? We're going to get up tomorrow and go back. We're going to have a smile on our face.
Because it's about the people.
So,
what is that from? The people.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents. I hope that resonated with some of you out there. I can see why the show has become kind of part of them.
Yeah, meant so much to them.
Right, like they feel so.
You can connect with the people.
Connectedness. So, all right, I think that's all I have for tonight. Excited to jump into the next episode. Thanks for checking this out with us, guys. It's been fun. Till next time, take care.
See ya.